2, 1. It's all action and all results. It's the Business Accountability Group where we push each other to go beyond our best. And welcome to our 60 minutes of success today. As usual, we begin with our elevator statements, which introduce who we are and what we do. Who's first?
I'm first. I am Rudy Martinez. I own and operate Rudy's Health and Fitness in Long Beach, California. I train people that have injuries, health issues, and are looking for long-term fitness success. I also train trainers who are looking for long-term fitness success with their clients, meaning they build rapport and become their fans rather than having to push them from behind the entire time they are clientele. I'm done.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
I am Johnny Costa, founder and investment manager of Influx Capital Management. I am a champion for the small investor. Essentially, I bring advanced investment strategies to the small guy with stock portfolios or a stock portfolio.
Thank you very much. My name is Graham Hendrey, and I am the founder and director of Native Speakers Academy. We are a small, private, holistic language school based in Banska Bystrica in central Slovakia. Basically, the school does two things. We teach the English language, and we offer life coaching. And that is it. Moving on. As usual, we take a little bit of a look at any aha moments. These are any realizations that have come to us over the last 7 days about the work that we do or the environments that we work within. So a realization or a useful piece of advice. Has anybody picked up anything recently they would like to share with the group?
I'll go first.
Super cool.
All right. So my aha moment was finding out that my idea, InvestX, is patentable and patentable protected. I had the idea in October. I started my business in March, but I always told myself that I can't protect the idea. That it's not proprietary. But it was funny. I was doing some trademark work for some friends, as I told you guys in the video, and then I thought, wait a minute, what if I got a service trademark as I was doing the research? And then I kind of realized that I'm able to do a utility patent. And so, man, I just feel like I won the lottery. But the aha moment was basically assuming and telling myself no, but not really looking into it and not asking, and no one told me either. But it was just more to be open and research as opposed to assuming.
Interesting.
And I imagine you're quite stoked about finding that out.
Oh my God! I mean, it's amazing. I don't want to, this is an aha moment, but I mean, it really transforms things because now it brings me credibility. Um, you know, no, it isn't just this thing I'm doing. It's basically it'll be a patented concept, and it's something I own, and no one, and if I do it right, then there's no competition. No one else can be like, oh hey, I'll do that too. It's like, no, you can't.
Is there a limit on that kind of patent for a number of years or something?
20 years.
20 years. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, that's cool. Rudy, you got any questions or you want to move on to your aha?
No, I think that's a really good resource because just like I think I'm talking to a few of the other trainers, we're trying to think of marketing things for new classes all the time, and this kind of helps us out because what I've told them is always just go ahead and do like a .com, like for my athlete classes now it's Athlete Journey. So I did athletejourney.com, and that's not foolproof as far as trademarking or whatever way you want to do the class. All I'm doing is the actual domain. That doesn't prove that I have a right to market my class that way. But I think this gives you a broader claim to whatever it is that you're trying to produce. So I like that. That's a really good resource, Johnny.
Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Um, Sorry, was that just you just wanted to share that, or is there anything else, Rudy, before I jump in?
You can jump in.
I jump in. All right, super cool. I hope the water is fresh. I don't have an aha moment for myself, but I did sit down with my partner and watch Johnny's little video from his tractor, and I have to say it was one of the most clear, on point presentations that I have seen you do. Not only you do, but anyone do at any point in time. And I was talking to my partner about this because I was like, is it me or is there something different about the man? And we went back and forth for a little while and we came to the conclusion that in the other videos that you did and that you produced when you're in your office, you never look comfortable. You always look as if there's something on your mind. You can't say exactly what you're thinking, or maybe you're not sure if it's coming out right. But while you were there in the last video that you did, everything was clear. You looked comfortable. You looked like you were in the right place, saying the right thing. And it was it was strangely enough a joy to watch a knowledgeable person sitting on a tractor describing farming and their business week. And my thought was, I've never seen this before,
Hmm.
and this is great. And then it came to my mind that your background, from what you said, is in farming, and you're quite knowledgeable in that area. And I was wondering if there was a way of pairing your business and financial skills and knowledge with your background in farming, for the simple reason that a lot of farmers don't have the financial knowledge and a lot of finance people understand zip about farming. Wouldn't that be a natural two things to marry up?
Uh, yeah, no, someone, and I don't want to take the time. That's for another conversation. And I can explain to you on what I've done. And yes, that is a great observation.
And I was like, if there was more, I'd like to see more of you in that kind of environment where
Huh, interesting.
where you're relaxed. I mean, everyone's doing the I'm professional, I got the shirt on, I'm the business person, but here's somebody with their hands in the dirt, their hands in the earth. There's someone at the source of things. And as we were talking before about different ideas, isn't farming one of the the core industries where knowledge of what is happening at the root of things would be very beneficial?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think what Graham's saying, as far as I can see, is when you say you're for the small guy. Well, yeah, I mean, I agree. You sitting behind a desk, uh, that's not a working man type of thing. But when they see, not that you necessarily are a farmer, but you come from that group, that working class group, it's like I think it helps
Mm,
maybe your key demographic to identify with you more. It's not like, some guy that, trained in investments and is going to try and sell the small guy. It's you come from that background. You've proven it. Like, hey, this guy knows how to drive a tractor. This guy's farming. Sometimes it looks like a political advertisement or something, like vote for me. I'm a hometown guy, but it's still along. It shows some of your transparency, just like with me, posting all those workouts. It's like, I'm getting to a point where I'm hitting some plateaus. So, I'm working out. I'm lifting some fairly decent weight, but yeah,
yeah.
I'm not perfect every time I work out. So it's showing people that, yeah, I know right now I have a little back tweak, like I'm overcoming my injuries, so people see that. So I think all of us showing more of our backgrounds as far as trying to draw or resonate with our clientele, I think says a lot. It did the same thing with me, like seeing you on that tractor, the whole deal, and it just seems like the more relaxed you are, like when you're not trying to say, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to give you my sales pitch. Like, yeah, I mean, I think with all of us, we do come across as sales pitchy. Like even my tutorials come across that way. But when it's off the cuff, and when you're saying stuff off the cuff, I think you come up with some really good gems. Like I've told you before, like that's a good training, video right there. Like when you talked about your um, mindset and certain things, it just comes across like, yeah, this guy, definitely knows, has a passion for what he's doing. He definitely is researching everything he says he's researching. Like you come across very legitimate. So things like that, I think, and that's what I talked about with some of my other people in my marketing groups is we should have a practice session like a Toastmasters where you just practice your talking or your speaking or whatever in different venues and just let people critique that what comes across the best, rather than trying to set up a shot that may or may not resonate as well as you would
Mm.
like. So,
I just
Graham, your aha moment was Johnny's uh, tractor.
it was, and just to add very quickly to what you said there, there's a libertarian bookseller who sells books
Yeah, come
online.
on.
So I can't remember his
Yeah, I'm on.
name.
I'm on a call. You want to come in? Sorry. Okay, you just lock it. Be great. Thank you. Sorry, guys.
No, no, it's okay.
Graham,
It's okay.
Graham,
Yeah, there's a
Graham,
there's a
Graham,
libertarian.
Graham. I think of all the stuff you need along with your computer is like a red signal light that I can push. So we can move on to the next subject. Not that we don't value your input, but let us move along here. Um, my aha moment, gee,
I thought you didn't have
Graham.
one.
My aha moment was seeing Graham go ahead and really follow through with this whole live Facebook thing, even from exotic Slovakia, and seeing that he is getting views, that the whole live feed is resonating more, just like he said it would. He's actually getting more views because it was a live feed than if it was just a posted video. So that's why I wanted to make his presentation the main thing as far as our meeting today, because I think it has a lot of validity to everything we're going to be doing, I think, from here on in. The live stream, and I don't know if he talked to you, Johnny, he wanted to start doing these meetings as a live stream. So I guess we have to figure that out. So my aha moment was Graham's aha moment was yours, and nobody's aha moment was mine.
Yeah, well, that's clear, right? Thanks. Okay, let's move on then, shall we?
So resources, Johnny, you already gave us a resource,
Yeah.
right? Let me just do mine really quick.
Did I miss the resource? Am I?
Oh well, mine was just the Google Patents.
Oh,
The site Google Patents it is a search site, and they have in the EU and the US you can look up like what's been patented. It's really
oh,
fascinating.
oh, excellent, mate. Thank you, thank you. Sorry,
Okay,
I missed that. I completely missed that. I don't know where I was.
so
Rudy has screen shared.
I
Okay,
can you see my screen? Yes or
I can
no?
see. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. We got it. We got it. Sweet.
Okay, so I had talked to you about Canva.com for advertising online. Somebody recommended RelayThat.com. They go by Relay, but it's actually RelayThat.com. So what it does is you put in a design and it gives you, without doing anything else, different variations of that design. So I'm doing a introductory boot camp. So just from putting in my text and my photo. It gave me a bunch of different versions that I can edit for Facebook advertising, for banner ads, for Instagram, for anything I want. It produces them all at the same time. And then I just have to go in and pick the ones I like and just change it. Like if I want to put my logo in, I'll put it down here. And then it gives different dimensions already set up for Facebook dimensions or whatever it is you need. So relaythat.com, I would say, is much better than Canva. Canva, I think you have to go through too many steps to get something decent, whereas this produces, like you can see the text is in different places. It moves it around, it moves the logo around. And these were all done with just me putting the photo in and box that it asked me to put in. And it produced them. So they're tweaked. But I would recommend you check out relaythat.com for anything you would want to do as far as putting something up on the web. Again, you can put in more details if you'd like.
That really appeals to me.
Yeah, it just gives you quite a few different variations. So that's my resource for right now. And I'll go back to screen. And we are through my resource, Johnny's resource, Graham. I think we're featuring your resource, which is your.
Oh, I've got so many other little things.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want to share something really quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Give me 10 seconds. I want to shout out to my assistant who's finished her term and is now going on holiday, and she's been helping me so much with so many things, and it's just blowing stuff out of the park the last 2 weeks with information. She's thrown so much information at me, I don't even know where to start, and it's all fantastic stuff. So that's it. Doing the research, great. I think I recommended to Rudy last week the Lewis Howes podcast online, The School of Greatness. He wrote the book School of Greatness, and I posted yesterday on our Facebook page. He went live on Facebook yesterday and was basically doing what Rudy and I were doing the day before. And it was interesting to compare what he was doing with what we were doing, and to see that him at the top of his game is having the same problems that we're having at the bottom of our game. So that was very, very interesting and enlightening and rewarding and motivating. And one more thing, which I just have to unplug here, which is something I picked up this week. The office is just full of tech, as you can imagine. This is Jabra Bluetooth earphones for my mobile phone. So it's just hook them on my ears. They hang around the back of my neck, and there's no cable dangling down my body, and you don't even know that you're wearing them. And it means that I don't have to like move my phone from one position to another position and unplug and plug something when I'm in my car, like to listen through my car. I can just wear them and just do whatever I'm doing at home, in the car, in the office, and I don't have to plug and unplug anything, and it just saves me one big hassle. And they're really good, but you do need to download a graphic equalizer for your phone because they're a bit high pitched. Anyway, there we go. So they're cool. On to the main point. Which is.
Oh, well, hang on. You made comment. You're really into the wireless.
Oh, I like to be detached from many things.
Yes, we know this.
Right. Thank you. I will in future be known as the wireless man. And right. As we all know, Rudy and I did a little interview session through Skype, running into FF Split and streaming that onto Facebook. I keep wanting to say YouTube, but it's Facebook. Streaming it onto Facebook, and amazingly we got it to work, and amazingly the quality was quite good. And first of all, I want to just shout out a big thank you to Rudy for finding the time and bearing with me through all the technical stuff that we had there, and then answering my silly questions. Um, and what we talked about this before. I'm not going to repeat all the stuff about the great advantages. Just to say that the view count is that you can get within 24 hours what you would get within 1 year for a general upload, so to YouTube. So you can get with the live video on Facebook, you can get if you're I think if you're integrating the streams of two people communicating, a massive what's a synergetic benefit of information and data and attractiveness for people who want to tune into what you're saying and listen to what you have to say, and it's interactive as well, so that people can write comments and you can pick up the comments and you can answer things. It's just an epic tool. Now, there is a streaming problem with the playback. When things go out live, they go out with the audio and video in sync. Some of the audio and video, when it's played back, goes out of sync. This is a YouTube internal problem, and I don't know if they are working on it or not. Of course, I can't get an answer from them. I tried to write.
Facebook internal problem.
Yeah, see, I'm mixing those two up. Thank you. Call me out each time. Yeah, if I've done it more than once, just keep shouting it out, because I'm gonna keep making a mistake if I don't get corrected. Right. So it's a Facebook internal problem, and there is somebody on the internet who's done a lot of work with Facebook and on Facebook streams. It's Mary something, can't remember. And if you type in Facebook Live Mary, you'll get her name and her website. And she's pointed out some of these problems which are preventing people from developing things that they could develop. Now, it's really frustrated me and annoyed me, but I decided, because I'm a pedant about everything, but I decided to just go with it anyway, despite the fact it goes out of sync on the playback, to hope that Facebook will develop their technology to the point that it's not going to happen all the time, or that somebody will come up with a solution or an answer or a way around this kind of problem, because putting it out live is great, and the audio is I think really clear and really nice on it. And I think it's bearable. It's a problem, it's annoying, but it's bearable, and the benefits you get far outweigh the disadvantages. Now, moving on, can I continue? Is that getting another minute or two? Okay.
No,
So
you were allotted 20 minutes for this. I figured it was something that we're all going to start using, because even Johnny, like, I'm thinking with you, I mean, your business is already potentially global. Like, the small man in New Delhi still can invest in whatever it is you are recommending, but you want to be,
Well,
and
I'm not global. I'm domestic.
yeah, well, your advice at least, he may be buying, just he wants to buy a membership to your 5 minutes of fiscal freedom in the mornings, you know.
Oh,
So
got it. Yeah.
yeah, so you go on live, like, because things are happening, especially in your market, very immediately.
Mm.
I think you delivering updates, 2, 3, 4 times a day live, just seeing how the market's going and something that may be happening. The use for you going live, I think, is even greater, because it's such a
Everything I
daily
have is
change of
timely.
activity. So all the things that Graham's figuring out now, and what's happening just in general, I think is at least going to be a long lasting component of social media as it's evolving. At least the parts that are evolving.
and it's first come, first served. Those who get in there first, get the ideas out first, grab the market first, are going to be the market leaders. And someone's going to do it. Why not you? Someone's going to do it at some point in time, and I don't see any reason why we can't all use that to our benefit. And I know maybe there's more challenges in the market, more competition out where you are. I can tell you that there's no one doing what I'm doing out here, as you can probably imagine. And so I'm thinking this puts me 4 or 5 years ahead of the game out here. So
Wow.
if I can
Wow.
if I can grab this element of the market and get it out without ramming it down people's throats, because I don't want to do that. I just want to say, hey, look, this is this is happening. Come on, join in. Let's synergize everything. And so how that feeds into what we've been doing. Um, I've been working with video over the last 6 years with a lot of different projects. If you check out my YouTube channel, there are over 500 videos and like 20 to 30 different projects that I've had there doing different things. And I think it's all been leading in some way um, the successful and unsuccessful projects up to this point where I would like to invite everyone in the group to have a more, let's see, more a more directed yet less personal discussion in terms of a podcast feed going out live, doing basically a lot of what we're doing here without the personal details and information of our businesses that we don't want to share. We can keep that for a post discussion. But what I'd like to do is 45 minutes to 60 minutes of something almost exactly in this format, but live on the internet as a way of sharing information in terms of entrepreneurship, business development, and as a way of reaching out, touching, connecting, and meeting other people, bringing other people into what we do who can hopefully feed into the work we're doing. And we can help them, they can help us, and we can take steps forward because there are certain blocks in our path at this moment in time, and I'm feeling that it's time to move up a gear and to go ahead and do something that no one else is doing and just blow the competition away if everything works. So that's my invitation to the group, that I'd like to transform the all action, all results business meeting, the 60 minutes of success, into a live presentation each week where we discuss our experiences, we talk about resources, the aha moments, ways that we can help, and we put that out live, and we follow that with a little bit of coaching for each other offline, not live on the internet, a little bit of what we're going to do in the next week. So we still support each other, we still keep our accountability, we still push each other. But what we're doing is presenting ourselves as knowledgeable people in our business areas and putting it out live, because live is where it's at.
Hmm.
Feedback.
Well, I think it totally, not totally, but it does change what we're doing. Because for me, I still need a lot of the direct accountability for what I'm doing right now versus producing basically a magazine show for, you know, live marketing, which I'm
Okay.
totally intrigued by because that's what I want to do for my fitness is have more of a podcast style. But for what we're doing right now, I think it's going to take us away from our specific accountability. I think we're talking about two separate things now,
Hmm.
because I do want to get in the meat potatoes of what all three of us are doing every week and still maintain that. But obviously, that would have to be separate from what you're talking about. So, and that means basically doubling the amount of time invested. There's a show. It's a fitness show, and I actually was one of the. It was the first podcast I started listening to at least 8 years ago, I would say, and it was hosted by just a young guy at the time who was just really interested in fitness, and he ended up getting different partners along the way who would host with him for anywhere from a year to 2 or 3 years, but it would change, and then they would have guests come on, and I think this is the format you may be looking at, where uh, I wouldn't mind hosting it with you, but I think this hour I would rather keep it to our definite accountability of our specific business interests And if you want to go ahead and start experimenting with producing another show, I would be interested in helping you with it because that's what I want to do for my own business as well. So those are my thoughts. It's kind of to keep them a little separate.
Yeah, it's totally open. So, and if someone says no, I'm not going to be offended in any way if someone says no. But it's just an idea, like like the thousands of ideas we always come up with all the time. So it's just another
Yeah.
one of those. Um,
So I guess I would say, since I have a vote, since I'm one of the three, I think I would say I would have to agree with Rudy. I mean, I think a couple of things. Like one, I think that th this time we have now, it serves its purpose, and I'm not sure. I don't know how many people outside of us would find interest in this. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. But to do it live, I think, or either live or even on a podcast, I think production is the word. Where it has to be produced, we have to be prepared to bring content, and it has to be valuable. So with that being said, I think it would definitely need to be separate, and there'll probably be a lot more prep work that actually goes into it, like topics and just bringing new content that's not out there. Just bringing something, something unique to the market.
I totally agree that production is extremely important from the viewer's perspective. Content is key. Value is something that you always want to give within everything. So yeah, I agree with all of those statements. Rudy?
Yeah, like I agree with that too, but I'm not, and I'm saying it's like that's just what that project would entail. So if Graham, if you want to invest the time in doing it, uh, I'm into assisting and hosting it, just depending on the amount of time it's going to take. Because
Hmm.
on my end, I'm going to be doing something similar with, with my fitness area. So I think, like I said, I really feel this is where I've been going all along. That's why I wanted to do a video conference from the very beginning because I wanted to get more familiar with the tech and just with communicating online and building rapport and making sure we're moving along in meetings and just all the nuts and bolts of it. So what you're proposing is something, again, another step into those in along the line there, and I'm all for it. But just like what Johnny was saying and I was saying, like, yeah, I want to keep our accountability hour to our accountability hour and not really use it as a host to other things.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with all of those ideas. The thing that's in my mind is that some of the things that appear in our accountability hour are, in my opinion, also interesting for other people as
Right,
well.
you're right. That they can be valuable and are valuable. Yes, I
Things
agree.
like we've got, our personal projects and our personal work and our, coaching each other. That's our stuff. That belongs here, right? But things like aha moments, the realizations, different resources, elements of mindset or philosophy or psychology or any business direction that we've picked up from things that we've read, things that might be useful to other people, experiences that we've had. That's the idea of the content that I think might be interesting for other people to be contained within it. In terms of production value, one thing that I will say is that Johnny's absolutely right about the need for good and clear production. But having produced already over 500 videos, I'm at the point now called fuck it, right? And the the greatest value is the content of what is there. As long as the audio is clear and um, you can put it out there, it's great. And for me, what I've been experimenting with the NSA Live is that I love just going live, putting down 4 or 5 notes for 1 minute before I go live, and just hitting it. And I could sit down I've done it before with the other videos, my Simple Lessons series. I sat down for an hour, I sketched out everything I wanted to say, I put it in order, and then I sat down and presented that. And so I've done that already, and that worked, and that's good. And for some reason, I'm just like, dude, it done. Now I'd like to go and do something else. And I love the, I love not knowing quite where things are going to go, not knowing quite what's going to pop into the conversation, which scares the shit out of other people. I can tell you that because I've been in situations before where people feel like they're being asked to improvise in theater or something like that, or improvise in a piece of music, um, which is really, really difficult for some people. Uh, and I'm not totally comfortable with that yet, but I'm enjoying the process of it, and I can see that from my perspective, Rudy is someone who enjoys presenting information and is good at it and has a lot of experience. So I think that he could run with something that's improvised. Johnny, I think, likes a bit more structure within everything, which is perfectly logical and might even probably will produce better quality. I'm just at the point where I just like to throw myself in the water and just go with the flow and you live or die in the moment right now, which is asking a hell of a lot of anybody who wants to be in that situation with me, because I'm just like, don't worry, just get in the water and off you go, and there we go. So but that's the kind of position that I'm at now. That's why I'm doing the NSA live. I'm just turning on the camera when I got half an hour and saying, okay, this is it, I'm live now, I'm doing it. And it's gonna be irregular. It's gonna be it's gonna be random topics. It's gonna be whatever's coming out of whatever's going on, and so if people want to do something more structured with me, that's also cool.
Yeah, I mean that's what I see. What I'm doing now, like my videos I'm recording at my studio, it's more of a written uh, instruction on what I'm doing because I can show exactly what I'm doing. So it's more of a training tutorial, why I'm doing certain things the way I'm doing it, and basically leading by example. And then when I work out down where I live, I don't take the camera in there, but that's when I do my live feed, and I do try and bring in a ET style uh, point of philosophy or something to live by. And I'm sitting in my car outside the gym, and I'll talk about that one thing and how it relates to fitness, but how it relates to life. So I feel like, yeah, I guess I'm doing my live segments as well, along with my recorded tutorials. And yeah, my next step would be to, get a Matt Temby or a Leonard Calloway or somebody, that I feel like I've been talking to for a while, and do like more of a live interview type of process like I did with Graham the other day. And just again, for me to build followers, because that's really what I'm after. My goal is to get a Facebook group up, at least two of them, one for clients, one for trainers, and eventually have a paid membership for both of them. But that takes anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, if you're doing it right, to get it going. So yeah, I mean the way to do it is to produce content, just like Graham's saying, just get it out there. So some of my stuff's already a little more organized, and some of it's live, lots of Facebook live. So I'm right there with you, Graham, on that. I'm fine with that. So let's continue with that. Johnny, I mean, you seem like you've refocused on what it is that you're doing as far as your clients. I mean, do you feel like all this stuff is interesting to you to stay motivated to do that, or do you feel like you're finding new paths to expand on your business? Because you said, yeah, I'm deep into the research, I'm providing information for my clients. Uh, are you looking for different ways to get that information out, or are you
Oh
basically
yeah, well,
refining what it is that you're doing.
like I said on the tractor, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's two things. One is definitely research is important, and be in the market's important. But number two is gathering assets. I mean, I'm really small, too small right now, and so I need uh, to to gather assets. So those are those are two clear things I need to do. If that answers your question.
So what ways are you doing those?
Oh well, I mean, well, right now, well, this basically um, patenting this, or at least just getting the application to do what's called a provisional patent, which would basically just holds my place for 12 months. That would be the first step. Then um, doing the website to explain it. So basically, kind of everything I've been trying to do, but now being able to not worrying about giving the ideas away. So I don't know if that answers your question, but um, you know, like I don't necessarily feel like I have a product. Yeah, I mean, for me to for someone to bring me assets and for me to manage them, I can do them how I have been doing. But the future of my business is basically this InvestX, and I will roll up like all of my clients into that. So I don't know
Would
if that
it
makes any sense.
would it be fair to say you're covering all bases before you throw your first pitch? I don't know if that makes any sense. It's just something that you.
Uh, you, you mean to take it too long? You mean? Is that
No,
what you
no,
mean?
no, no. I'm saying that you're laying careful groundwork that's fundamentally necessary for the future.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you're right. And I think once I get it down once, yeah, definitely, definitely, yeah. So I mean, yeah, I'm kind of in a, I'm kind of in a quandary to where, like this really should have a launch date of say October 1st, but I need to get assets now. I can't be like I can do all this. So I'm trying to kind of do everything at once. If that makes sense.
Is that is there a possibility of overload if that happens, or what does that mean?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm just afraid of saying okay, October 1st, and then then okay, December 1st, and then 3 years from now, I'm still talking about the same stupid. You know what I mean? But I think that the ideal thing for me to do would be able to just focus on when you do asset management, but focus on this concept and then bring it to market as a complete sellable, something attractive. If that makes any sense.
Okay. Do you have anyone that can help you with that?
Um, I guess not entirely. I mean, yeah, because everything's really in here. I'm putting stuff down, but I mean, the majority of it is. I mean, what I really, what would really be helpful would be to get partners. Um, like that would just explode everything. Kind of like a startup. You have, Facebook, for example. If you watched the movie The Network, you have three guys that are all doing this stuff. I'm kind of doing it all on my own. For me to hire people, if I hired someone to write my patent, I kind of have to put all of the information down. If I had someone do my website, I have to do all the information anyways. And that's what was happening was when I was kind of doing the infographic, I was like, well, I already had to write it down anyways. Why don't I just do it? But anyways,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
that's what we're running into. That's what I said. I think that's where we started months ago is not being able to delegate because we have all the information and it's hard to delegate that all in different
yeah.
avenues of marketing and all that.
Yeah, and then I mean, if I had a budget to hire someone, uh, then yeah, that would be very helpful. They could go to the library for me or whatnot and get like I went to the library yesterday. I took 30 minutes to get these patenting books, and that kind of stuff cuts into my time.
Is there someone who has done something like this before who can mentor you through the process? Or is that just
Um,
a silly idea? I don't
I think
know.
I know you asked me that before, and I think I said no. Uh, I wish there was because I'm learning as I'm going, and it's taking far too long.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how I would find that person. Yeah, I'd be willing to give away a percentage of the business or whatnot for the right guidance, for the right support. Um, but I just haven't.
Yeah. Something's in the back of my mind that's completely irrelevant and totally off topic. That when you shoot your videos, do them outside, not inside. I don't know why that's in my mind. It's just
That's fine.
I got to get it out of my head. Do your
Okay,
videos
yeah, fair enough.
outside, do them outside, not
Okay,
inside.
fair enough. Yeah, I will write that
Okay.
down.
I don't know. I don't know why that's in my mind, but it's just there. Um, right. So I think we've explored most of the elements of this opportunity to do Facebook Live posts and promotions. I'm going to push forward with the NSA is Live project. I've done 4 or 5 episodes so far, and I plan to do one every day that I'm in the office, and to pump them out just for feelers, to pump them out just to see what people are interested in, what people like, see what feedback comes back, see what new data and information I can pick up, see what's happening around the market, see who's interested in what and why they're interested, and just um, I don't know. Send them out like little data robots to collect information to ping things back to me so that I can get a feel for the market and the environment, and hopefully that will itself lead to another step in the right direction. So that's how I'm going to use that at the moment, and maybe I'll work on the presentations. I really enjoyed doing the interview with Rudy, and I'd like to find other people of interest around the internet and see if I can contact them and see if they'd like to just do a quick, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, quick fire Q&A about themselves and their work, and but perhaps throw in an element about education and a relationship to that as well. Any other comments that anybody has about about this? I think we'll keep these meetings going in terms of the AAAR, in terms of accountability. We'll keep them in the same format. I will run my NSA live feedback tests. I'll send I'll put the feedback into our group meetings, and we'll see what grows out of that, because I think that's real. I think that's a new area. It's exciting, and in terms of growth, there's great potential.
Fantastic.
Right.
So I think that kind of segues into the next section, which is what have you done this week? What are you planning to do next week? And what are you going to be held accountable to? So you've been doing these live. You're going to continue to do them live. Other than that, as far as moving your business forward, what else are you going to be doing this week?
Well, in terms of the business, I think I said to you, Rudy, that I spent a lot of time in the last week with internet mobile providers trying to work out if I can get a good mobile internet connection with data upload and download, and it turns out that that's not possible in this country. So that's a giant spanner in the works here. Um, and so I can only do things basically wherever I have my uh, computer streaming, which is in my office or at home. I'm pretty much limited to that, which is a bit disappointing. But that's the way it is. I still got to work on the project of my book. I did another 30 pages this week. It's getting there. It's a slow grind. It's going to take another couple of weeks, but I'm doing it step by step. What else? I, I I blasted out a vision and a mission for my business because I've been doing a lot of work with businesses on these topics right now, and it's very clear that I don't have a clear vision and mission. Thanks very much to Johnny for pointing that out months ago. Uh, for my business, and we kind of drifted off the vision topic, and I think that Johnny should hold us accountable to dragging us back on it, because I'm
I
back
know I
on
never
the
did mine.
I don't know what you guys want me to do.
I don't care what you do. Do something. Do, do, do,
What
do,
the
do,
heck, man?
I don't know. Wear a costume, a party hat, do a funky dance, and challenge everyone else to do the same thing as long as it connects to a vision in some way,
Ugh.
right? So I blasted out a vision and a mission, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read them to you, and it'll be out there, and then I have to edit them after that. So my vision for my work. The vision I've defined as a desired end state of the global principles of what I'm doing is to reach out and improve the quality of life for everyone that the school touches through an approach defined by an ethic of integrity and passion and a covenant of hard work with a specific focus on mental and physical health and well-being. That is my vision for my work.
Cool.
Wow,
Uh,
that is a strong statement.
And
Cool.
my mission or point of existence of my work in business, the mission, which is how I'm going to progress to the vision, is to grow day by day and step by step into an accessible, renowned, and respected global reference for teaching and coaching, which holistically and symbiotically improves business, community, and personal development.
Wow.
Wow.
It's amazing.
And
Awesome.
thank you. It still needs a bit of refining, but I'm dedicated to having a, an impact. I'm dedicated and driven to having an impact. There will
Cool.
be,
Do you,
wherever
do
I
you,
am, there'll be a giant crater left there.
do you want to either do a video and post it on our group site, or write that, or just paste and copy that so that we can get feedback on it? Because it was good, but it was a little fast.
Yeah, sure. I will. I'll put up a PDF and JPG of that on our Facebook page, and people can edit it and add that stuff and take it. It's just a first draft, so obviously it's going to need to be tweaked and
Sure.
improved
Yeah,
in various.
it's a living, breathing thing, so it will move.
Yeah, and I've been looking at the bigger. I've been working on looking at the business structures of the bigger businesses with some of my company clients this week, and we went through a whole bunch of visions and mission statements of companies. And by the time we got to the end, I was like, this is missing from me,
Yeah,
right?
right.
This
Exactly.
this
Exactly.
is this is missing from me. They've got it for a reason, and they
Hmm.
got it because they need it, and I need it. If they've got it and they need it, then I need it as well, because it's obviously driving in the right direction. And just as a final 20 seconds on it, the way that I explain it to my students is that the CEO of Tesla, who's Elon Musk, his aim is his mission is not to sell cars. His vision and mission together are to build a colony on Mars. And
Okay.
and as a like a tangent side project to this giant vision that he has of the future, he gets to produce cars.
Mm.
And that's the driver, because if your sales are your goal, then sales just lead to more sales, and numbers will just make you sick.
Hmm.
There you go.
Good.
So that's enough. Who's next in their work over the last week? What they've been up to or doing, or
I'll go. Okay, so I am listening to you, Graham, because yeah, I do need to. Again, I'm going to share screens. Get back to my overall, like what I do for a living is train people in the gym, but I did talk to you all about a month ago about I want to have more of a global impact. I want to be able to travel and spread the word globally, and the gym should be just a small piece of that. But then I had to reconsider that because I do affect about 60 people's lives as far as their not as their vanity, but as their actual health, because that's kind of where I'm at with my clients. They're older, we're all over 40, and we're dealing with different arthritic and degenerative conditions, and like I said, chemotherapy and all kinds of things. So I took a little more serious stance on making sure the gym is where I feel it should be, something I should be very proud of as I continue with my more overall quest of becoming more of a global entity as far as being an expert in fitness. So I've been spending more time on just doing the gym stuff, getting myself in shape. The training's going fine. Again, it's taking a good amount of effort and concentration because of all the dieting. And then I just tweaked my back yesterday, so I'm not moving around that much. But I am still getting stuff done. So what I did, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see
Yes.
it.
So I did my first event on Facebook, which is not a big deal. People do it all the time, but I had never done one. So I got my clients together that play competitive. It's still a leisure activity, but or recreational activity, competitive basketball and tennis. My ladies that do that are over 40 and 50, and I'm offering them to their teammates an athlete journey introductory boot camp that will hopefully enhance their performance and improve their recovery, which I'm doing with the people that I have now. So I set it for Saturday from 9 to 10. And because it's a holiday weekend for us here, I didn't. I've gotten some people that are interested, but I just was relayed a message this morning by one of them saying there's at least 7 or 8 uh, people on their team that want to try next Saturday. So just doing this one Facebook event and making sure it was out there to be shared with the people that I have. Hope may yield anywhere from 8+ uh, prospects coming in next week. So I'm happy with the whole event thing. And then as far as this, I'm going to go ahead and continue. I'm going to do an event for them every Saturday, basically a free boot camp to get people in the door. But then I'm going to go ahead and do a free, basically Saturdays I should be using as free boot camp days. If you want to come in, try a boot camp, it's free, come on in. So I have a lot of teachers uh, that for some reason I'm training. I just got that demographic in. So I've always done a teacher discount, so I'm gonna do an event for them next. And then some of the parents that I have, I met from training at their gymnastics studio when I was working out of the gymnastics studios. So I have a connection to that part of that part of town, I guess. So uh, some of the kids are off school and they want to do. And these are high level gymnasts. They want to do more strength and conditioning. So again, it's enhancing performance and improving recovery. So it resonates with them. So I'm going to go ahead and do another event for them. And it'll be a small group. It may be just 4 or 5 girls that come in to work out together. Teenagers, because they have the time to do a little extra training on the side aside from their gymnastics. So I'm I'm focusing in on specific parts of my demographic and offering them more specific classes, which I haven't done in the past. I've made things much more general. So I feel like, yeah, I'm segmenting my population a little better. and hopefully that's going to yield an easier path for me to market what I do to those groups. And as far as the Facebook group, that's something I definitely want to get going. I didn't plan to do this, but the Ad Espresso that I use for advertising, they have a private Facebook group. I posted something that they advertised on our chat. Extremely well organized Facebook group. Office hours. The 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 founder and CEO of the company chimes in every day on different things. Just a very well run Facebook. Yet another very well run Facebook group. And it's all talking about Facebook ads. So it's a good resource for me. And uh, Michael Hyatt, the person that Jackie didn't want to mention within our parent group, he had. I'm just calling him a parent group now. He has a Facebook group, so I went ahead and joined that one. I don't know. I literally just joined it right before we started here, so I'll see what it can give me. So it's at least research for my Facebook group that I want to put together for my two groups. So anyway, I know we're getting close to Johnny's deadline. Johnny, you're next. Go ahead. What's on the plate
Yeah.
week?
So what I'm looking at this week is to submit my provisional patent. That's the first step, and that foundation, and then uh, and then with that. The website, I think I said last week that I found a website that I can copy. So those are two things I'm working on. And then also with it being, I don't mind working during during a holiday, but for this week I have some limitations. My friend whose dad died with a funeral on Tuesday. He's going to be in town this weekend, so I'm going to want to spend time with him. I wasn't able to Tuesday, and then my girlfriend's father's in the hospital, so I want to serve her needs. So, those two personal things are a priority as well as my business. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's a big holiday, 4th of July weekend coming up. And speaking of that, Graham, do you realize that when you say NSA, I think we get tagged every time by some internet. You know that, right? Over here in the States, the NSA,
So
NSA.
this every time I say NSA, yeah.
Yeah, we
Even
get.
slowly if I say NSA.
Well, no, you need to probably say it out because otherwise the FBI is going to start tracking our
Yeah,
calls.
yeah. You might as well CIA,
They might be
NSA.
able to come and rescue me.
Maybe. I know they probably have you on a list somewhere,
Oh,
Yeah,
but I
right.
don't know.
just one list.
This
No.
guy in Slovakia keeps talking about us, and I don't
Yeah,
know why.
I've already mentioned lighting things up and having giant craters during this
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, you're all coming down with me, guys.
And you wonder why you can't get Facebook live stream on your phone. Only you and
Yeah,
nobody else.
yeah, yeah. They've signaled me out for special treatment, I believe.
I think so. All right, Johnny, I don't want you to just hang up on us. So thank you for coming on. I'm
Sure.
sorry about your dad. My mom's actually in the hospital, but hopefully it's not anything serious or potassium levels. So I'm a little busy with that myself. So we all got to take care of family. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue to build our legacies. Like I said in my message on one of my Facebook live streams, is not necessarily meaning family. I'm meaning legacy on what we contribute back to the world.
Right.
Uh, so let's think of things of what we're doing in that respect. So good luck to everybody. We will be signing out. Johnny will be hanging up. I will listen to what Graham has to say for at least a little bit longer if he wants me to listen. And we will reconvene next week.
Yeah, I just want to say to people who are in hospital, just passing on just whatever positive energy in any kind of way to help with anything because it's a horrible place to be. So so just there we go. Positive
Thank you.
vibes.
Oh, and
All right.
I'll just add one
You're
thing.
out.
One thing.
You're
Hang
out.
on, no, hang on.
Yeah.
Before I go, I just wanted to
Bye!
say. No, I just wanted to say regarding that video I did on the farm. I'd actually been reluctant to do something like that, just because or say kind of what I was doing, where I was, because I wasn't grinding per se, So it's interesting. So I was holding back my authentic self. So yeah, but I thought, and Graham kept saying that he wanted to see me on a tractor, so I thought it would be good. So.
Yeah, I wanted more. I wanted more specifications. I wanted to know how big a tractor was and dimensions of the wheels, and I wanted to hear
Oh.
Neil Young playing in the background as well, if that was if that was possible. Yeah, when's your farm fest? Yeah, I think there's a great. I think that more of you. Look, what I wrote down as you were talking was what makes you you. That's what's going to make your business different and so better. What makes
Yeah.
you you? The more you hold back on you, the more you limit yourself. So just let yourself go to a certain extent. Just let yourself go. Don't hold back on you, because that's what I love about you, right?
No, I think it comes across really well. Like when yeah, you don't feel like you have to deliver a specific message and you're just trying to get a point across real quick. I think that's when your energy really shines. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Okay. Cool.
It's
Thank you.
real. It's real.
Yeah.
Keep
Genuine.
it real.
Right.
Right. Are we going to
Anyway.
conclude our 60
Yes.
minutes of
We have concluded our 60 minutes of success.
So thank you very much to anybody who's tuned in. This is it for this week. We will follow this with the post-discussion, and wishing everybody a great week wherever you are. Thanks for your contributions. Ciao for now. That's
Okay.
it. Right.
All right.
All right, you guys. Thanks.